why initially did it come out that basically they were trying to kill Woody and shooting up all his spots? Like, I'm just trying to grasp what I understand. I mean, but why would they think Woody has Woody done something to them previously?
They say Woody had shot at Gucci Studio on Metropolitan.
Metropolitan where?
In studio with Thug Studio at. Well, they ain't really Thug Studio, but
where he be at?
The studio is. I don't know what studio it is. I think it's a Fatting Studio. I don't know his name.
Y'all be over there though.
I was down there about 2 times.
So supposedly Woody shot up Lucci Studio.
Yeah.
Which side of
the got studio? Them folks stuff being out now. I don't know if it's the same studio or not.
I mean, but do you know what is it on the same side as the vault?
That's the vault. What's the vault?
The vault is the studio with Thug.
Nah, it's on this side.
Like what T.I.G. is?
T.I.G. That's studio.
Oh, okay. Well, you got say T.I.G. We know a lot. So they shot up T.I.G. Studio.
Yeah, Rich Homie was out there.
Right.
And then when they shot it kill, when they first shot it kill, when I told you him and Mook,
right.
That was all the beat, like, that one really escalated. That one just guns up for both sides.
So who shot Kel?
Who shot him? Tay.
Trevante?
Yeah.
And who else?
That's all I know. Tay said him and his little partner seen him. It was either in February or something. They found him. I think they found him from the West End. He was arguing with a girl or something.
Who was with Trevante?
His partner, he said his name.
Who was Hot Sauce?
Hot Sauce.
You know anybody by the name of Hot Sauce? Go by Hot Sauce? So the fight in Crucial, did that happen where Woody got jumped on?
Yeah, they happened before that.
That was like right before, like a few days before, right?
That Monday.
The nut got killed on a Saturday.
Yeah, I would say about 5 or 6 days.
So that Monday he gets jumped on by Kel now. Did they shoot up any other spots? Did they shoot at him downtown?
Downtown?
Did Thug Girl event get shot up at a hotel?
Thug Girl.
So after this, so what happened after Woody get jumped on? So he get jumped on?
Thug stayed in the club. And then, me and Thug stayed in the club. All of them went outside. So, what you call it? But D and Kel
What's you call it?
What?
You said they went outside with what you call it?
Get guns. You know how they did getting guns. I want to throw walking out there and then yeah, cause he the money, feel me?
Right.
And then that one, what you call it?
Did they jump on Bloody J?
Yeah, they jumped on. I just didn't say that.
I'm sorry.
They jumped on Bloody J. Shannon Swamp on. They pulled out. Kel them already gone. So we ran up the street. Went to their car and meet Thug and they. I'm gonna call it Drake Thug and Corvette by itself. Then that Wood out in the line up on the side of the street by the church. Went on Bloody J on the ride past. When they rode past, they started shooting up.
So it started that night, basically.
The shooting, all this like Kel, they shot at Kel, all of them, they've been having it.
So Nuts murder basically was all really a month. Really, we was a month behind.
Cause shit was already going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't like just happen. Stuff was already going on in November, December, and it just kind of bled over to the actual murder in January.
Gotcha. So now, while y'all in Miami, Woody's family house is getting shot up.
He done a scared trip.
As he should be. Wouldn't you be scared if I shot up Summer house, Kelly house, your daddy's house, your grandmama's house? Wouldn't you be scared?
But if somebody shoot towards my mama, that's when I'm going to jail.
What about Summer? Because clearly you just said they shot at Summer. You got him out of bed to go deal with that.
Somebody shoot at Summer, my mama, I'm going to jail.
What about your sister?
Fuck her.
You must be mad at her now.
Nah, yeah. My mama and Summer, they always there.
Mom and Summer.
What about grandma?
That's my grandma.
Exactly. So one other point I'm making is that
stopping at 30609.
Sergeant, I'm going to take you back and ask you about certain portions of the video that were just played.
Kelly's house, your dad's house, your grandmama's house, where you shit?
When the wood out in line up on the side of the street by the church, when no blood by itself, then the wood out in line up on the side of the street by the church.
Okay.
Straight thug and they big drink.
Your Honor, may I ask the witness a question to establish for the record why it is and what it is that I'm replaying?
You can try, sure.
Okay. Sergeant Gaither, during the portion of the interview that was just played, were portions of what Mr. Zachary said, and specifically after he was asked about what started the beef between YSL and If Gang, and why it was that they were trying to shoot at Woody. Were you able to hear here today on this screen what it was
and help
that Mr.
establish
Zachary said
Rickenbacker
Woody had done
Airport
as, it related to
as
the Metropolitan,
a
the
thriving
studio on
hub
Metropolitan?
for international cargo?
In 1995, a company called Southern Air Transport relocates from Miami to Columbus, Ohio, with the assistance of Les Wexner. Southern Air Transport had been involved and connected to Iran-Contra.
Southern Air Transport was owned by the CIA.
Your Honor,
Now it's a private...
I'd ask that the court...
Amazon hates this, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. There's a new electric lighter out there, and it's got the firepower of a...
Check out these amazing high-tech shoes created for the U.S. Special Forces. These shoes are helping to relieve lower back...
It was owned by the CIA. Now it's a private company, but its competitors still call it the CIA's favorite airline.
Epstein himself boasted that he had connections to the CIA.
I'm objecting.
Your Honor, I believe that this is the...
Epstein visited the Clinton White House 17 times.
Mr. Steele used
12 of those times happened in 1994 alone, the year before Les Wexner helped relocate Southern Air Transport from Miami to Columbus. Now, what business might Jeffrey Epstein have had at the Clinton White House? We don't know. We may never know.
The state objecting on this basis and that being overruled.
I objected that he was not asking a question. He was reading portions of the transcript, and the court said, I think he's going to ask him, is that what he said?
Okay, well, that is not the objection that has now been made. And based on that objection, I have to sustain it.
Okay. And, Your Honor, the objection being cumulative, or what? What is being sustained so that I don't?
What was the last thing y'all said? I mean, I know you've said best evidence previously, and did you just say cumulative?
It's also cumulative, Your Honor.
Because we just heard it.
We've heard it twice, and now
Your Honor,
Ms. Love is trying to cash it.
Detective Gaither is off, or when Sergeant Gaither is off the stand, if there is a portion of this interview that the jurors are unable to decipher, and they are not able to ask the person sitting there in the room,
Injured in a car accident? Want to see if you qualify for a huge check like this? Don't call insurance, don't call an attorney. Do this instead.
It's too late to have her come back and answer the questions. So unless the court or unless the defense is okay with the court inquiring whether the jury understands what's being said at a certain point, I'd ask to be allowed to ask her what she heard in the room at the time that the interview was held.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to speaking objection, but if we're going to have speaking objections, I have one I'd like to say as well. That I believe is on behalf of the jury, as Ms. Love seems to be claiming she is speaking on behalf of. This is a waste of time hearing the same thing 3 times.
Well, it's not a waste of time if it can't be deciphered, but...
A, if it can't be deciphered, then I don't think we need to hear it 3 times. It's indecipherable. But B, Ms. Love just asked Investigator Gaither, and she said she understood it. It was clear. So I don't know why we're rehashing it.
It's not really whether Miss Sergeant Gaither can understand it or not. I mean, the evidence is being presented so that the jury can absorb it. And I don't know whether the jury can understand what's being said on it or not. Can y'all understand what's being said? Some of them can, some of them can't. Go ahead, Miss Love.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to probably Drake Thug and Carvette by itself.
At the timestamp that I stopped at, 3:04:45, did Mr. Zachary say, I'm in the car with Dre, Thug is in the Corvette?
Yes, he said Thug is in the gray Corvette.
In the gray Corvette?
Yes.
And was this still talking about January 6th?
Yes, at Club Crucial.
All right.
And Wood out in line up on South Street by the church. Went on Bloody J on the ride past. When he rode past, he started shooting up.
And did he just say, and that's when Woody and them all lined up on the side of the street by the church, waiting on Bloody J, and when Bloody J rode past, that's when they started shooting?
Yes.
Is there a church near Club Crucial?
It is.
Continue. They started that night, basically.
The shooting, like, they shot at Kill, they've been having it.
So Nuts murder basically was all really a month. Really, we was a month behind.
Cause shit was already going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't like just happen. Stuff was already going on in November, December, and it just kind of bled over to the actual murder in January.
Okay. Advancing now to 3:06:32.
He tried to kill me, he didn't do it. They did kill, kept pushing it up for that Wood deal because he wanted Wood.
That's his arch rival.
Yeah, Wood and Kill just alike. Both of them, they gonna try to put it off on somebody. They gonna try to put put it off on somebody. Say like I don't like you, but I know we had altercation and we shooting at each other.
Right.
But then somebody on my side get shot, but you didn't do it.
I didn't think that it was them just to get more people against.
Yeah. Right.
Well, what's Montauk and Kale's beef?
Who Montauk?
Antonio.
Tree?
Who shot?
All right. Did you understand, Mr. Zachary, at any point to say, my side gets shooting, their side get to shooting? Start talking about that.
I don't think I understood a lot of what this little portion was.
Okay.
It's a little distorted.
Okay. Did you hear Mr. Zachary say, after asking what Moontung and Kel's beef were, did you hear Mr. Zachary say trivia?
Trivia, yes.
During the course of your investigation, did you look into a shooting at an Intrivia Smith's house?
Yes.
I'm going to advance to the next time frame. And I'm going to go to 309.
What kind of court you told me, Montauk got?
Nah, he ain't had that in Pauline.
What kind of car he got there?
He had a running truck.
When was this incident?
Moontung had that car in.
Who car is that?
I don't know who car that is.
Who got a gray Impala?
Moontung J got that Impala when he came back out too.
Who got a gray Impala?
I don't know.
His girl on driving where was a gray Malibu?
Hey girl.
Nah, he was on Boulevard.
His girl got a gun.
She used to have a Malibu he used to drive.
No, she didn't. Not that I know of. Not that I ain't war.
This was like recent. Like,
he had a rental Malibu.
It was a rental?
Yeah, a Malibu, but not a
When did he have a rental?
Shoot, before we went on tour.
And when did y'all go? I don't know when did y'all go on tour.
I think we went on tour back in April or something.
Back in April.
Yeah.
So, let's get to this. Who shot up Lucci?
Sergeant Gaither, did Detective Dennis just ask Mr. Zachary did you all discuss during the interview and at this point the shooting of Lucci's mother's house?
Yes.
All right. And is Lucci the Rayshawn Bennett that you spoke about earlier?
Yes.
What address did Miss Reed live at? Or just the street name, not the full address?
Hill Street, Southeast.
Did you all investigate a shooting at that location?
We investigated a couple of them.
Okay. Do you remember the dates of those shootings?
Not off the top of my head, no. It was during this time.
Do you remember whether one
February.
occurred in January?
Correct.
Were they both after Donovan Thomas was murdered?
Yes.
And, Your Honor, I'm picking up at 30906.
The nephew.
The folks that's in jail right now. Quentin Pittman. So, how did, because that was the gun that you had, that you got caught with.
No, that was some gun.
So, how did Woody end up with that gun that day?
We was at Boot Mama house, Big Boot Mama house.
Mm-hmm.
And we was like, hey, fucking shit, they're right.
Okay.
Then when they came back, they ain't even tell her what they did.
What kind of car were they in? They were in what?
It was in that white Charger.
Woody Chargers? Okay.
And then the boy, Mushu, who he be with Lucci, Mushu.
Yeah.
He called Boo. Like, when Woody got back, he called Boo. Like, Boo, they got in. Boo, like, what? He like, somebody just shot up Lucci Mama house, and Mama got shot. And Boo, like, don't tell me y'all just did that. Cause they come back and they say that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me how I did that. Then that when Woody got scared again. Cause Mushu, I got 10,000 when Woody did that.
Who had the Monotone gun?
Woody.
So they actually came back and said they did it, or y'all just assumed they did it?
No, they said they did it. He finally said it when Woody, like I told you, Woody got scared when he got 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like, man, we just shot up Lucci Mama house.
So because Lucci was close with Nut, they just...
Lucci was hanging with Kel.
Right.
I told you all about Woody and Kel. Like, Nut them boys get killed. I don't know what made them do that.
Did you know Nut?
Yeah. He gave me $20 and stuff. So, you know, I pull up on, use some gas money, phone bill, doing stuff like that.
So he was like the big homie.
Yeah, he cool with the whole city. I don't tell you.
That's what everybody said.
So everybody speak highly of him. But he still was a street nigga.
Yeah.
So he had dirt on his hands too.
Yeah, he was trying to, but he used to, like, every time I see him, so I tell him, I ain't no gas in the car, so he give me 20 or 40.
So they look at you like the little like,
yeah,
little guy.
I ain't no harm.
Basically. So,
Your Honor, yes. Out of an abundance of caution, I'd ask to approach Mr. Sharp.
All right.
Your Honor, I can play that portion. We're at it if the court will allow me to play it for the court so that you can hear it while you're reading it, if that will lend any assistance.
No, I mean, what I have in my notes is that this bracketed part 112.17 through 113.12 was in. What I've got written next to it is okay.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Shart, I think what you're raising now is, does this sort of undo the not including Shannon's name in this whole conversation? Is that right?
Correct, because it is, to me anyways, difficult to discern whether Quindarius Zachary is speaking out of what he observed versus what Mr. Copeland may have said. To protect the hearsay issues.
So let me ask, on page 113, lines 11 and 12, at least on my copy, when he's talking about, I don't know how they went unintelligible, got in the car, I just know gun unintelligible, what does that actually say?
Your Honor, if the court will permit me just to advance to that part.
All right, let's just listen to it now. And we may have listened, I'm sure we probably listened to it before, but I didn't jot it down.
Did Shannon, you think Shannon had on that?
I don't know, they had AK. Another 223. It was 223 and an AK. I know they had that big AK. That was poking on them.
The AK was? Yeah. And what Shannon had?
He had one of the 223.
Oh, he had an AK and a 223.
I don't know how they got in the car. I didn't know gun. He looked like I was.
So answer this question. So when we were in court.
That very last part again.
Okay.
Answer this question. So when we were in court.
No, before.
And you found this question.
Hang on, stop it. Okay.
Another 223. It was 223 and an AK. I know they had that big AK. That was poking on them.
The AK was?
Yeah.
And what Shannon had?
He had one of the 223.
Oh, he had an AK and a 223.
I don't know how they got in the car. I didn't know gun. He looked like I was.
So answer this question. So when we were in court.
Your Honor, I believe that he said, I don't know how they got it in the car. I just know the guns they had afterwards.
Can you play just that part again? And I know it might be hard to get to that, but.
So I'm going to rewind it 5 seconds, and let's see if we can capture just that part.
So when we were in court, and you found out that gun.
I'm going to 3:11. Just one good.
Yeah, the AK and the 223.
I don't know how they got in the car. I didn't know gun. He looked like I was.
So answer this question. So when we were in court.
I don't know what he's saying, and I don't expect you to ask, did he say such and such? If you want to ask, what did he say? That's one thing, but anyway, I mean, that's in.
I don't disagree that you're listened to this and reported back and said it was in. Yeah. I'm not the one asked to approach, so I don't agree with the ruling, but I'm agreeing with what was ruled upon.
So why were we encroaching?
Yeah. Just out of an abundance of caution, Judge. I mean, I don't have. I just wanted
to make sure what the ruling was.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we know now. So Is the jury by chance ready?
Not yet, maybe. Still don't got any press room.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Anybody who needs to use the bathroom, please do it quickly.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching our coverage of the Young Thug trial. Now I want to take a quick second and I want to tell you about this stream's awesome sponsor, Upside. So what's Upside? Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas and groceries. So when I go to pump my gas, I can use the Upside app and get cash back. Real cash back. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you can transfer straight into your bank account. So once you have the Upside app, you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You pay as usual using a debit or credit card. You follow the steps on the app and you get paid. And as you saw me just do, you can use Upside at places like Shell, Exxon, Mobil, 7-Eleven, Taco Bell. That's just to name a few, by the way. There are so many more. So to find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on screen and use our promo code LCLive and you'll get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's promo code LCLive for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas.
Can Stonyfield organic yogurt with high-quality ingredients and no harmful pesticides save the world? Maybe not, but it could save you from saying, we have food at home. Again. Stonyfield Organic. Good on purpose.
こんな精神状態のままで戦えるの？言葉を費やす間に行動に移してはどうなのです？息を合わせるぞ！スイッチ！
Resuming at 3:11:15 where we stopped.
So, what gun did Shannon, you think Shannon had on that?
I don't know, they had AK, and another 223. It was 223 and an AK. I know they had that big AK. That was poking on them.
The AK was?
Yeah.
And what Shannon had?
He had one of the 223.
Oh, he had an AK and 223.
I don't know how they got in the car. I didn't know guns. They go like I was.
So answer this question. So when we were in court and you found out that gun came back to Lucci Mama, what happened then? Because clearly I know you didn't.
Some told me, man, someone like, you need to start hanging with them, you need to go and tell them for who gun it was. I was going to tell, but I didn't.
So, where they getting all these damn guns from? Because I know you only purchased a couple of them. Where are all these 223s and these, where are these?
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
I know they really bringing them out.
Like it, right? We was at Thug's house. Thug was already gone. We see Kel done pull up in the driveway.
His house, his apartment?
Yeah, come on ticket. We see, I was not one, I like that Kel. I see Gucci had the red Camaro. I like that, all they car right there. They go far as this some car, I got some car. They go far as this some car, wait a few minutes, and pull back out. And then, when we went out of town, well, I just some car at Thug's house. She came and got my dad dropped off. Cause I ain't getting that car. They just bought it to it.
Right.
I don't know if they stood around or not.
Right.
So, that's what I said.
When y'all went out of town?
Yeah. They shot at, Kel shot at something at Crystal.
That was with your sister, right?
With my sister?
Wasn't it?
It was,
Trion.
Yeah, Trion and something, and they met at the Crystals and Kel and her had words.
They say Kel thought I was in the car, that way he was pushing it. But you wasn't in that car.
Right, but you wasn't in the car, you was
I was in Miami.
Right, you was gone. So now you got these two for somebody else's fees. Because they shooting at your girl and you really ain't got shit to do with it. You just hanging with the wrong people at this point.
That night when you guys know, that's the first time like they ever let me ride. Like when they go do something.
So I was like, now they popping your chair.
Cause when everybody else, he locked up or something.
Boy, oh boy. What do you remember what day you got arrested for that gun?
Like May 7th. May 7th. Yeah.
May 5th of my style.
Like,
where are your guns at?
I don't know. Woody told me that he lost. I had bought one when I came back. I bought the 762, the Draco.
Yes.
I had that for a minute. Then I had owed somebody some money. I had left it. I had owed one of Woody friends some money. So I left it. I told him to tell him hold that, so I paid him. So I see Thug get some money from him or something. He like, all right.
Who is this? Because we need that gun.
Who?
You're the gun you bought. No. You had, I'm getting confused. Woody had his gun. You had mine.
Answer this question. Answer this question. When you bought that Draco that you talking about for Woody.
Nah, I bought it for me.
Huh?
I bought when they shot Summer Cole.
So you bought it for yourself?
Yeah, put it in Summer Cole right with it.
So how Woody end up with it?
God owed somebody some money.
So you sold it to him?
Nah, I just like holding guns till I get money.
Right.
And Woody like, I hold it in my house.
So was you ever gonna buy it back? Did you ever attempt to buy it?
I had see Thug ain't stopped coming around. Because he got too much going on, he going down for some bullshit.
Right.
So he stopped coming around. And then that when I had bought the other one. I had bought the other one a few days later.
Right.
The 223.
And who did you buy that for? Because I know it wasn't for you.
I bought it for Woody.
How much did he pay for it?
$1,000.
So you bought it directly for him?
He just like, he said, what? He gonna leave me in the house with his baby mama and kid.
What's the investigative thought?
That's the one that's handling the house.
Yeah, what's popping on, man? Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Come on. Give me some long gloves, man. Where are you grew?
Long, where you can fit a bunch of
starting to 3:16:21.
You gotta think about it. Wayne get money. Birdman going.
Alright. Well, we're gonna fast forward on that.
Wait, I got one more question. Do you think that
And I'm stopping at 3:16:36. And I'm going to 3:16:42. If there are no objections. Starting up at 3:16.
Hang on, Mr. Sharp.
I asked it to be played the way that the court ordered it to be played.
I haven't ordered it to be played anyway.
Court, I don't know why that's being skipped.
Okay, I don't know what's being skipped, but
If Mr. Steele lets me know which portion he wants to tell me the timestamp, I'll play it.
do we need to approach again?
If we could just refer to the document, maybe it would help.
I'm referring to it.
What's going on, because obviously we can't play the video in real time to know what the state's talking about. So if we could just refer to the document.
Okay, well, I mean, she needs to give the timestamps for purposes of the record, but are you able to do both the document?
Given that I don't know what portion Mr. Steele is asking to come in, I can't tell. I can simply say we are attempting to do number 25. So,
I mean, that would work. In terms of letting them know what it is. Does that help if she just refers to the number?
And I do want to do the time for the record, but
yeah, I mean, you need to. But will that help y'all? If she refers to the number of what it was we all were referencing when we were going over the evidence?
Yes, sure. I just got to look at that.
I need you to use the mic.
I understand what the state's saying about 25. I think that there is a portion in between 24 and 25, which is found on the top of page 123.
Can y'all come up here for just a second? And you can just stay where you are. You won't understand what it is that we're saying.
16 weeks ago, Casey Neistat posted a video where he found a hole in a New York City sidewalk, so he flew to New York to try to find it.
So guys, we just found the location of Casey Neistat's hole. They actually cemented it off. We're gonna try to find another way in. I'm fairly sure I know exactly where it is. This is the exact location that he filmed at. We got an anonymous
Here's a before with eBay Guaranteed Fit. We're doing a new dash cap and shift knob. And here is the after.
actually listening to a portion of this. I'm going to have to excuse y'all again. I hope it will not take more than 1 or 2 minutes. So don't go anywhere very long. All right, Mr. Sharp, do you want to just come over to council table and y'all try to work with Ms. Hilton or Ms. Knight on what needs to get played? Yeah. And that way y'all can listen to it and get the timestamps and sort it out.
And to be clear, John, let me also put on the record the part.
Hang on. Okay.
The part that I stopped at was 3:16:34. At 3:16:34, and honestly, I have on my own transcript like a hard line. Take out. If this is not something that everyone on the other side wants excluded, I'll happily play it. But the part that I stopped at, it says, answer this question. Did Birdman know anything about that murder?
All right, let's just listen to the tape. And the tape is what it is. And figure out what the timestamps are. Because I think we all agree what's in and what's out. We just don't seem to agree on what the timestamps are.
I'm starting where I'm going to go back to 3:16:20. All right, to 3:16:20. All right, so 3:16:20. I'm going to play.
Good. You gotta think about it. Wayne get money. Birdman ain't going to jail for nobody.
Alright. Well, we gonna fast forward on that.
Wait, I got one more question. Do you think that Thug ordered that?
On murder against nothing? No. I told they just trying to give the name.
Okay.
So there's like no sanctions?
There it is, right there. The court's ruling, as I understand it, and I have documented, is that the part that the state just played, which is on 122, the bottom of 122 going to page 123, the transcript, where it says, do you think that Thug ordered that on Nut, murder against Nut? And he says, nah. That was all coming in.
Right.
Okay? And then,
correct.
And then when Zachary says, nah, I told they just trying to get a name,
That's out.
That's
the
out.
law is in, and the rest of it is out.
Correct.
Yes. And then it picks back up with the question, right?
So there's no sanctions, and all that's in.
Right.
So no. So am I clear that there's a 1 second part that's out? Because,
yes.
Judge, I'd ask to be allowed to play that because I am not. A second, it's going to take less than a second to say that. To stop it.
It doesn't matter. That part's out.
I know, but what I'm saying, Your Honor, is I do not believe that.
Can you turn the volume down for that part? Because that would be fine. If you just gnaw and turn the volume down.
I can, yep. Because we had 3:16:34 to 3:16:41 out.
And that's what was agreed
to. And that was what they agreed to.
But I know that line 7, murder against Nut, Zachary's answer, nah, is supposed to be in, and the rest of it is out. And then it's Gaither's question again.
So the nah stays in,
correct,
but the rest of the sentence is out. And then it picks up after 5-6 words.
Yes.
says not, just hit the space bar.
Evidence review doesn't work like that. But I'll, Your Honor, if the court would just give me a moment to just practice.
Okay. That works.
316.
They're trying to get.
Fred, that's not the critical part because that doesn't say anything. Although I don't know why we can't just.
Or if it, in the interest of time, if she just instructs, or the court instructs rather, Detective Gaither to refresh her memory on it, don't say the second part, and just ask a question. Did you ask Mr. Zachary if Mr. Williams ordered the killing? And her answer would be no.
Your Honor, I don't think that the court would ever allow the state to interrupt cross-examination and instruct the defense on how to ask a question or examine a witness. So,
He's just trying to.
Your Honor, he can get that out on cross. I'm not trying to hide anything. I would gladly play it all. So I'm going to do as the court instructs. I'm going to play it. I can pause it. I can hit mute. Either option is fine with me. But again, I do not want to be accused of running afoul unintentionally or intentionally of anything that the court ordered. So I'm going to do as the court directed.
Okay, so are you ready to get the witness back in?
Yes.
Can you? Going to caution you though that if that whole thing ends up getting played, I'm not going to be happy. So make sure you don't do that.
I'm going to make every effort. I want it on the record. I'm making every effort to comply with the court's instructions.
All right. Well, you've been able to do it twice in practice without getting any critical part heard. So I expect you to be able to do it with the jury too.
Counsel can play it, but they can play it themselves.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Love.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm starting at 3:16:27. I stopped at 3:16:41, and I'm going to pick and I'm starting back up at 3:16:43. No sanctions. If some shit happens, and I'm from Chicago, so I know about gang life and all that stuff. So if there's something done without quote unquote permission from the higher ups, it ain't no kind of who said so the higher. Pausing at 3:17:00. And resuming at 3:17:04. He wouldn't even right there when they started YSL. Who started it? My brother and Slug. Tay Slug. Yeah. What about DJ? They did it, because they were around through. I'm telling you who started it. Tay Slug and some, like 3 more of their friends. That these people that already grew up together who started. All of them started. Then they Slug, he loved Thug, so he told Thug what was going on. And Thug just ran with it. So now it's almost, I guess because Thug initially was with Red Cartel, right? No. Well, he was rapping with Block and all that. He was with Rock Crew. Well, Rock Crew. Rock Crew, y'all confuse me. Rock Crew and YSL, same thing. Right. But I told you, when everybody had fell out with Boo, I ain't saying like that, but they had fell out with Boo, because they say Boo snitching on Mo. And then that when they started YSL.
just to kind of disassociate themselves.
But then I started back messing with Pooh, and then that's why I came by itself.
So YSL is a gang, but it's also a clothing label, correct?
Stopping at 3:18:18. Picking up at this part. Sergeant Gaither, during your interview with Mr. Zachary, do you all confirm that he knows Detective Thorpe from Crawford Long? Do you remember asking, you know Investigator Thorpe, I'm certain you went to Crawford Long.
Correct.
Okay. And does Quindarius Zachary acknowledge that he does know Detective Thorpe?
Yes, he acknowledges it, gives him a hug.
Did what now?
Gives him a hug.
Okay.
Dapped up.
And I'm going to advance, Your Honor, to 3:19:10. And picking back up at 3:19:11.
I'm going to show you some pictures. And you can say if you know them, you don't know them. Tell me how long you know them, and if they had anything to do with Nuts murder. Who was doing what, who said what. Okay? Cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Open that up and tell me exactly what you said.
Do what?
Okay. You mind signing this picture? Tell me that's do what?
How I spell the name? Yeah, I'll spell do what for you.
D-U-W-O-P. D-U-W-O-P. How long you been knowing him?
I ain't knowing that long.
Okay. You say your name.
So that's one cousin.
You say your name anywhere in there.
Say my name?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you wanted to know.
Right. I'm just making sure that they say, how do you know that he said that's doo-wop? That's your signature. Okay? And you put today's date on there.
What day?
August 5th, 8/5/2015.
8/5/2015.
Doo-wop was one of the guys in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who is that?
No.
Okay. Right here, where it's white, they can see it. It's right in the arm. How long you been on the arm?
Since I was about 12.
Say, who's his dad? You say you know his dad?
No, I don't know his dad.
I mean,
He knew your dad.
he knew
I didn't want to. My dad.
To know his, no, Quindarius' dad.
Same name right here too?
Yeah, same thing.
Is he still locked up as far as you know?
Yeah, I think he got 2 years or something.
What about Doo-Wop? You heard anything about him lately?
No.
You know if he out or in?
They say he locked up.
How long you known Shannon?
Almost a year now.
About a year. He put in his t-shirt.
He got a nickname?
SB.
What that mean?
SB.
I mean, what does it stand for something?
Shannon Badass, I think.
Shannon Bedard.
That his last name. So what, you put SB or something?
Whatever you know,
Or whatever you
Shannon?
You know the Shannon.
Is it SHANON?
Yeah. Can sign your name if you want. I know you told them, but tell me, who told you what was going on?
Shannon and Yak.
Okay. Shannon and Yak told you what happened. Tell me exactly what they told you.
Shannon right there, they run away, they run away to meet Bushi. Yak girlfriend. They did meet her. Matter of fact, she'll tell you, she know.
Bushi know?
Yeah, she know.
Okay.
And then when they seen look, Shannon told me that they seen Shannon like calm down bad.
This is Layla. She's our Salesforce release manager.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, they killed him.
And did they say who was firing what gun?
Nah, I know Shannon had a 4.5.
Shannon had a 4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know they had a little Draco with a shoulder strap on.
Draco?
Yeah.
Okay, who had the Draco?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Where did you see it?
Why I seen Draco at? None had brought it to the house a few days ago.
Okay.
But really the day before.
The day before?
Yeah. Before the murder or?
The day before the murder.
Before the murder? No, I had it.
But I think Nard was driving.
Nard was driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it was an Infinity?
Yeah.
You remember the model?
G35?
G35.
Was it any one of their cars or was it somebody else's car?
Now they had Thug manager had rented it.
Thug manager?
Had rented it.
You know his manager's name? Amina? You know her last name?
No.
Okay. You know where she rented it from?
No.
So, after the shooting, do you know what happened to the car and the guns?
Yeah, they dropped off at OG Pimp's spot.
Do you know the guns still around or they got rid of them?
More likely they got rid of them. I I just want to drop one off the fence spot. He pulled that area.
How do they normally get rid of guns?
I don't know. That ain't the first time they ever used to keep them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did anybody give word to shoot nothing, or this was just an opportunity?
They just wanted the name.
They just wanted the name.
Cause like, it used to be Woody Motu going out shooting. They just wanted the name.
So did Woody slow down with all of his bullshit, or once Nut got killed, did Woody slow down with his stuff, or was he still?
Nah, when he seen that he had a lot of folk that ran with him, that we hung back up.
Moody.
Yeah, but see, they didn't really know Shannon like that. He was around with Waterfront.
Right.
Stopping at 326.50. Advancing to 326.56. And starting back up at 326.57.
Start messing with Shannon.
So he puts Woody to the side and Shannon back to the Woody spot.
Yeah. So like Woody took Slug's spot.
So Shannon and Yak told you, and he said that Nar was in the car also, and Nar was driving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else you remember what they told you?
No. That's it. No, that's it. Remember what he told me.
And where did they tell you this at?
At Thug House. Well, Shannon told me at Thug House. Nard told me they Thug House too, but Thug was already gone.
Okay. His house or his condo or
condo?
Condo. Can you remember what Shannon had on that night?
Nah, I don't know. So
what booth she say? Where she stayed?
What she stayed? I don't know where she stayed at. I didn't know her.
Well, just look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Where that is?
At the condo.
At the condo? Yeah. Who's that standing in the window?
That's Shannon.
Was that before or after the murder?
That was the day before.
Day before?
Yeah, all of them went to the mall that one. Thug had bottles of clothes, so that was the day before.
Okay. Alright. And what else do you know? What else do you know?
About what?
About the murder?
I told y'all everything.
And that's all they told you?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened afterwards? I mean, when y'all went to the Thug House and they told you, what was Nard and Doo-Wop there?
No, what Doo-Wop was it?
Okay.
Where did he go?
I don't know.
So, well, how did you link up with them after the murder?
Cause I told you, Wood called me out at thing like somebody killed Nut. Wood was scared, he couldn't meet Wood at the Gambling House on Merch Park. Well, who got shot at? We met him up there. And then Wood had pulled out a doc, doc who he shot. So we me and Montun followed me because I ain't had no license to Thug House.
So y'all all met up at the Gambling House and then drove to Thug House.
Me and Montun, and we met Wood had pulled out.
Who was with Woody? Was Lil D with him?
Nah, he was at Thug House.
But when you got to Thug House, Lil D was there?
Yeah, he was at Thug. He had been out the whole day.
Out of these four, who you the closest with? Shannon?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Cause like, told you, he always, like, they treat him like little brother and stuff.
But you older than Shannon, ain't you? Y'all about the same age?
I'm 21, since I'm 22. But I knew him long though, but we weren't close like that. Right. We just close cause he used to hang with who I used to call my brother.
Stopping at 329.53. advancing to 3:30:06. Going from 3:30:06 to 3:30:10. 3:39. 3:30:09. Your Honor, what we'll do is actually go to the next portion unless there is an objection, because it's just a 3-second. So we'll go to 3:31:36. And as we're looking on the at this point, are you or is Detective Thorpe asking Quindarius Zachary about participants in the Dexter Montgomery shooting?
Yes.
And the picture or the photograph that Detective Thorpe is showing him now, is that Demise McMullen?
That Thorpe has?
Yes.
Yes.
Did Quindarius Zachary acknowledge that that was the Nard that he was talking about?
Yes.
Starting at 3:31:06. 3:31:36.
Who is that DK look like? I can't see him.
This is him right here.
I don't know him.
How often did Noah have Bentley Nitro?
Every day.
So he had accident.
You asked me like, who he was off? No.
You said, in your opinion, this look like Nard?
Yeah. Still though. How much percentage-wise you think? 100%, 80%?
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
No, this is just to correct like that you said this looks like Nard. Like we still working this case. DK don't know. Sign on the white card.
Sign with my name?
Name, date, and putting who you think in that picture is Nard.
Is Nard skinny?
Yeah.
So they just got sticks on deck. No. Where they getting them from? Thug got the check, so there's Thug put the date on it, 85.
I told Thug ain't stop messing with all everybody. Thug ain't never really like buying guns for no crime.
You didn't go.
Stopping at 33312, and as we advance to the next slide, I'm going to show you what has been admitted as 503 Yankee, and ask you if 503 Yankee is what Quindarius Zachary was looking at in the clip of the video that we just saw, where he signed his name.
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever in any way attempt to suggest in any report or anything else that Quindarius Zachary knew something about this particular crime?
No.
All right. And is this the Nard that he said he had known since he was 12?
Yes.
Starting back up at 33321.
I'm asking. I mean, I ain't checked back up on you. You ain't had no thing pre-trial. I ain't gave you no violations or none of that.
The pre-trial officer, he was mad I was getting locked up. Officer man.
Yeah.
Everybody doing good like you.
Because he know, like, he don't own me no trouble.
So why you be around folks that be in trouble?
I do.
If your brother Tay trying to tell you to stay out of trouble, stay away from these folks, why can't you just stay away from these folks?
They just hang around Thug and get a lot of girls.
But you knew Thug before Woody and all them started hanging out with him. Like, Thug don't even be around them like that.
I know Thug my whole life.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He don't even be around them like that.
I know what, like, that's just how it was going. He messing with it, that's like, Thug cut you off one day and then back cool to the next day.
So why people choose to come back around him? Why, because he got money? He be taking folks everywhere?
Be taking care of folks and stuff.
When's the last time you seen him?
I ain't seen him, man.
I mean, like, you ain't hung out with him or been to the club or nothing with him?
I ain't been no club. I ain't seen him in a minute. Like, when I came back on tour, I went in the hospital. You know, I've been in the hospital. Like, right. In the hospital, I ain't really seen him.
Right. What's something to think about all this?
Shoot, she told me to come talk to y'all. She said, if it can help me get out of this situation with me, come talk to y'all.
Absolutely.
She don't care. She hates.
Pausing at 3:35:05 and starting at 3:35:11.
3 years.
Damn. Y'all ain't got no kids together?
No.
You want to break or you want to keep going?
Keep going about what?
We still got the bus. Let go.
Want to use some chips and things?
Yeah, I'm over here.
What kind of chips you want?
I don't know.
What can you eat? You said you're on a liquid diet.
Forget that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get sick now.
Don't get sick on our watch.
I'll be alright. It'll be alright. I'm gonna eat a lot.
Can you use some crackers?
Oh, yeah, some chips.
Okay, Doritos.
Yeah, Doritos.
Let's talk about the bus. Now,
I'll be back.
Y'all keep y'all chill, man.
bro, we can't make you no promises, but you're doing a great job. Like, you don't even know.
I can't even express to you.
I'm saying, no, I don't want to be seen in no jail.
You don't want to.
When I say I can't even express to you what you're doing right now and just the magnitude of it, and like I said, we don't vouch for too many people. We just don't. Because people say one thing and then they get out and they start doing some more fuck shit.
I promise God, I ain't gonna. This right here cost me so much. They find out I ain't gonna be able to. I'm in Cleveland now.
I understand.
You ain't gonna be able to.
Listen, you don't want to hang on Cleveland.
I don't want to hang on Cleveland now. Man, something move.
You don't want to be nowhere on Cleveland. If God has a plan for you to help you out this situation,
man, something in Clark County. I'm not going around.
What I say to you, these next couple of hours gonna determine the rest of your life, and that's just being real because.
Hey, can y'all get my new probably at court then?
I don't know if it's gonna work that fast. Like
I'm saying, can y'all tell them to release my house or something?
All we can do is ask.
What we're gonna do is, or what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna speak for myself. When we drop you back off to jail, I'm hopping on the phone with DA's office like ASAP. And you already know Investigative Journalism, he's stand up time. He's gonna do the same thing because we've been working this shit since January. We hopping on the phone ASAP. There's still some stuff we gotta verify what you said, but you like this shit is huge.
I want to say, like, even if y'all don't, if y'all can just release me out of my house already so y'all move forward with the case.
I can't release you, but I'm telling you, you're gonna have my word that I'm gonna tell these folks the great shit you done told us today.
It feel like weights off your shoulders, though.
I just want to get out of here.
I know.
I'm just saying, though, but just to hold all that in.
I don't have a problem with my health. I want to spend time with my family.
Too.
I want to spend time with my family.
I understand. But once again, what you have to understand, listen to me, what you have to understand, if you're let out and you're given a bond or house arrest, whatever the court decides to do with you, you gotta stay the fuck out. Listen to me. You have to stay the fuck out the way.
I promise God.
Everybody say I promise God, you don't catch your case. Pausing at 3:38:41. And advancing to 3:39:05.
The Wayne concert, I mean, at the compound.
Where you was at?
Yeah, he supposed to came out there.
So, what happened that night? Y'all was at the studio or what? What happened?
No, we did, like, we were, who I with? I was Schwab, and Chill, well, we two in the car.
What kind of car you was in?
For me, I was in, Benz.
What color?
White.
Okay.
Where were y'all at before?
Where were y'all at before y'all went to Compton?
LaCour.
So y'all was at LaCour first?
Those sisters wanted to go to compound because everybody was deep and all that.
Right.
She didn't want to go there and be seen.
What kind of car she was in?
Her truck.
What kind of truck?
Explorer.
2-door?
Yeah.
Who was with her?
DK they had pulled out the car. DK they had pulled out her car.
DK who was in her car?
DK, another young nigga named Book.
Book?
Yeah.
You know the rapper Book?
Nah. This little nigga be with DK though.
Okay.
And they little partner named Kel.
Was in a little sister truck.
And Shannon.
Shannon was in that car.
Huh?
He wasn't in that car.
He got in that car. I told him he put it out the car.
So when they went to hit the bus,
yeah,
he got in that car, and then they put the little sister out. Where she stayed?
I don't know where she stayed. I ain't know.
Which sister is this?
Max.
Dallas White, yeah. Alexis. Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you saw them, so you asked.
That's why I'm going. That's why I was like, nah, he wasn't in that car originally. Originally, he was in the car with Lil D and T.
Yeah.
Okay. Who gun did I recover?
DK gun. You know, you snatched. I met the truck.
Yeah.
DK gun.
Were you out there for that?
Nah.
For the actual bus shooting?
They don't even know that.
So,
they the truth.
Let's break it. Let's start off. So, y'all go to the court. Everybody turn. Did y'all go back to the studio at any time?
Nah, we went to the studio late on that night.
But before y'all went to compound?
I went to Magic City and before.
And then y'all went straight to compound. So y'all met them over there.
Who met them?
Was y'all with everybody else at the
met them at Magic?
And then y'all.
Yeah.
But at some point, all of y'all wasn't together. Before y'all got to compound.
Before, nah. Like me, Max, all this.
Do you hear that? The pure panic of a cyber attack. The endless alerts of component failure and power loss. Can you hear it? Neither can we.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a
Chill with.
Dark skin guy?
Nah. Light skin, dread.
Light skin, dread?
Yeah.
Where was Pee-wee?
He from America. Who was with him? I don't know who's in the car, huh?
So y'all leave for Magic, go to compound.
Yeah.
Once y'all get there, go from there.
Yeah, I ain't never one shot, so a lot of niggas go inside.
Right.
And then
what was the reason for trying to get in there?
Just going to it. I get it, and white still shirts on and stuff.
No. So y'all didn't have an issue with Wayne? Like, what's the issue with Wayne? Well, what was everybody else's issue with Wayne?
Pee-wee, like I said, everybody want to make a name for themselves. Pee-wee don't want to go in there and just get into it with Wayne.
So the intention was to go start some shit?
Yeah.
Didn't matter what it was. You ain't know
they
that.
wanted to get seen. I right. Still hear start shit or just to get seen. They want to get seen.
Right.
Let them know they were there and all that. And then them Pee-wee grabbed from the bush. I tried to run from the back and you grabbed him.
I didn't. Officer Booker did.
Somebody grabbed him.
What happened then?
We stand right there where you grabbed the gun at.
And I pulled out on y'all?
Yeah. When they pulled down that side street right there, they like, they put Max in the other car. They put Max in the car with T.
So Max and Shannon switched spots?
Yeah. Told everybody that they were from what you call it?
Based on what?
Meet them at the studio. Say we're going to go shoot up the tour.
So they said it?
Yeah. I don't know what they made think they shoot up the tour.
Who said it?
Who said it? Pee-wee said it. Shannon said it.
Who was the most hyped about it?
Who was the most hyped?
Yeah.
Shannon.
So where did you go? Once you left compound?
I went to the house at first, and then they woke me up. Well, my partner Chilly woke me up. D said, hey, studio, I'm gonna pull up down now. Yeah, we pull up down now. And then they tell me what happened from the last time I seen him.
So everybody met back up at the studio and y'all was chilling there. How long was y'all at the studio?
About an hour. Hey, I guess they thought Thug won't come back, but Thug went answer the phone that night.
Cause Thug was in New Orleans, right, performing.
Yeah. Like, with my intention, I don't think Thug knew about it until after about it.
Right. Pee-wee was in the car by himself?
Nah, he didn't call somebody, but I don't know.
So somebody was in the car with him?
Yeah.
Was Rico with them?
Who Rico?
Rico
That means you got no hands and you ain't coming.
We left him at Magic.
So he ain't go to compound?
Yeah, sure at Magic.
I didn't know y'all hung with him. Well, he hung with Thug.
I didn't know him. They said that's Thug artist or something.
Oh, he Thug artist.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
So after they shot up the bus, what happened?
Huh?
After they shot up the bus, what happened?
We met up at the studio.
So they came back to Metropolitan?
Yeah.
I am pausing it at 3:45, 57. And advancing to 3:46:19. And as we advance, I have just a few questions. Sergeant Gaither, when Darius Zachary talked about YSL and Rock Crew, was that information that you had before he told you, or was that the first time you had heard that YSL resulted from a break after people believed that Big Boo snitched?
I had heard that before.
All right, resuming at 3:46:20.
How does Pee-wee fit in all this?
What you mean how he fit?
He cool with Wayne.
Like, yeah, I thought he was cool with Wayne, then he cool with this person, then I thought he was a Crip, then he thought he was a Blood.
He a Crip.
Brave Street or Rolling City?
I don't know. Oh my bad.
But since Thug got that Birdman and got that check for him, he whatever.
Is he an actual rapper?
Yeah, he rap. He don't do no shows and that, but he really hype man, like, for Thug.
Kind of like a Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
So he gonna do basically whatever Thug say as far as, I need you to just.
Yeah.
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Continuing.
Do you think that Shannon and all them knew before Wayne Bus got shot up that Thug got brewed in New Orleans?
No.
You don't think he knew that?
You don't think he was in contact with Thug?
Pee-wee, he FaceTimed the Thug now.
What about Birdman?
I don't think he FaceTimed. I don't reckon he FaceTimed. I reckon he FaceTimed Thug now. It was at the gas station on Northside Drive. Thug now.
He talked to him afterwards, though.
No, I don't think so. If I talked to him after the shooting.
Yeah, after the shooting.
So, the question that everybody wants to know, did Pee-wee get that order from somebody else to do that?
No.
Or did he freelance and did it?
Told you, like, Pee-wee felt like because he had Shannon with him, Shannon and DK with him, he want to go ahead, he want to do it, he going to get some money.
About to that.
He thought he was going to get some money from doing it, but Thug didn't get on that.
So why would Thug give him money?
For doing it if he didn't order.
Just to do it. You know, they just wanted the name.
Nah, that don't make sense. Like, why would he, if anything, the dispute was between Birdman and Wayne, right? About the contract and all this millions of dollars. So why would Shannon and Pee-wee, or Pee-wee think that if I do this, Thug gonna give me some money?
Because, you know, they say Thug and Wayne were beefing, but they were beefing, but, like,
about what?
Thug really look up to Wayne. That's what I heard. He do. I know him, I trust him. He look up to Wayne.
So what was the beef about between Thug and Wayne?
Because they say something like Wayne be acting antisocial.
Like when they had all
he don't care to kick it. Yeah.
He don't acknowledge him and shit.
Yeah, he don't acknowledge him.
Like, he ain't even on my level.
Yeah. I guess Thug felt some type of way.
Right.
But for like, I ain't never heard like Thug say shoot up the bus. I ain't heard that. On that, I heard like they will get this budget to get us some money.
But Pee-wee, on y'all way from Magic City to Compound.
They ain't say nothing about it.
At what point did it get to y'all was there to start some shit or be making name for yourself?
Shoot. Thug's sister, she's like, we can go home and get, like, be seen.
So, if Thug's sister, so if she was with it, how she with it and Thug was with it?
I'm telling you, I don't know if Thug was with it.
But for what you know.
He answered the phone for a few years when he was FaceTime at the gas station.
So basically everybody got high and then turned, like, let's go get it.
They be high all day.
You smoke, you drink?
No, No, I don't do nothing.
What's up with Duke?
Pausing at 3:50:02 and advancing to 3:50:42. And that's number picking back up at 3:50:42.
Oh, nah, see, he just started hanging with those. I'm too.
Cause he rapped too, though.
Yeah.
You ain't never heard that man people off and shit?
I don't know how he started hanging with those. I told Doug, he hang with people who never hung with him when he broke.
That what?
That never would hung with him when he was broke. He hang with
somebody else said that. Friends, man, new friends bring the house down, though. But he got that check, so everybody want a piece of it.
Stopping at 3:51:17, advancing to 3:52:08.
What Dolly White say?
I don't know. He ain't been around.
So who all stay with us up Sandy Spring?
I don't know. I ain't never been in that house here.
You ain't never been in the house?
Why you ain't never been in
My house is here.
And Your Honor, by our records, that should, I'm going to continue until the end of this particular interview.
All right.
So you just left that house?
Yeah, just moved in.
You ain't left that house?
When I go to see pre-trial.
No, you just left it before.
My house?
Be honest.
Have I done my house?
Be real.
Yeah, when I go see pre-trial,
No.
I get an excuse for it.
No, like on some real. Have you ever left it on some just random?
I'm finna go to the store.
Let me go to the store.
Yeah.
Okay, you be real. It ain't like I'm finna.
But I call them and let them know.
Right. You gotta step out.
You can ask them that, or my location, I bet it don't be no lot of places like with that. Stop them having permission for.
Yeah. So you ain't had no violations or nothing with it?
No.
What would he tell you happened to that gun that the stick you bought for him?
I bought him. He say, first he tell me that your brother had got it, your brother man, cause months from Ben told him like, get that gun back, you should never did that.
Right.
And then I was trying to get back to him that your brother, the guy they brought out of town and all that, your brother was saying call home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what did you get? Because the gun cost like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Did he pay you anything to get it?
No.
You just did it out the kindness of your heart? You knew all the shit he was wrapped up in.
Like he tell me like it's just for his house, like he got kids in the house, they know he's dead and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then they don't want to, he tripping, get that gun back. And then most of like this be saving guns, you know, trick you out of.
Well, where are your other guns?
My other gun? I told you, like, I had older somebody.
So you gave them guns and said?
No, I told him, like, put it in funds. I'm gonna pay out when I get my gun back on who is this person? Who is this person?
Come on, be honest. I heard you kind of, who?
Your brother.
Who brother?
Who brother?
The big dude?
I guess.
The one that said call home?
Yeah. Big fat?
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't seen him in a minute.
Is this the gun? There you go. That's the gun you bought?
Yeah, but me and we went to report the store, they wouldn't let me do it.
Who won't let you do it?
On Bankhead.
That ain't the police station.
No, he told me that he was down there.
Who gun is that?
I'm up to him.
Say no more.
how you get so fascinated with guns? Like, you ruining your own name with
I bought a gun. I told him I bought the gun. They shot it some car.
That was your first time buying a gun?
Yeah.
Why are you always on the scene, though?
Cause I been moved to. Yeah, that ain't D in that video.
Who ain't D in that night?
I say that ain't D in that video.
That ain't D? That's you in the back seat. Who else in the car? Who else in the back seat?
One Shannon friend. That ain't D though.
Who said it was D? It's you. It's Shannon.
No, it's not the other person.
Who knows that other person?
Nah, in my February they like Stellar B, Harry B, and Shannon.
You need to stay away from him. Period.
I know that.
You just always
hang around.
In the video with the gun.
It was a girl like I just grabbed the gun. I had two guns from Woodard.
You doing too much. I got 4 good videos with guns involving you.
I know.
Come on, man. You can't play like that. Son, you did good. Somebody else want to talk to you. I'm going to step out. I'm going to tell you what it is and just be honest with them, too.
Yep.
All right.
These are folks you really need to be. Whatever questions this man got, don't hold it. They're federal agents because of these guns. Like these, they don't have no sympathy. Like me, I got sympathy because I know you ain't about that life. But
I'm sorry, Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you back on that? You ready for that?
Yeah.
Just be honest. When you start doing shit with guns and all that shit, that's when I'm getting No, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to, so be honest. It's basically the same questions we asked you about the gun with Woody and stuff like that. He got himself wrapped up in some other shit. So, whatever questions this man have of you, please don't stop still. No BS. Because that's one system you don't want to get caught up in.
What I told you, I'm go fit.
No. Your criminal history is not bad. That's what's saving you. Because you ain't been in a lot of shit before. I think.
Sir. Right here. Excuse me.
What's going on?
Your Honor, I was speaking to them about the.
Now's not the time for that.
Okay.
Misdemeanor gun charge before. That's not bad.
That gun had caught with for been misdemeanor.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, is it legal for that gun to use?
It's modified.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, come on. Hey, what's up, y'all? You come out? This is good if you want to stay. Stay, it don't matter.
I need a mental break. Yeah.
Sergeant Gaither, does this end your portion of the interview with Quindarius Zachary?
Yes.
Do you continue at any point, or do you go back and watch this where he's talking to the federal agents? Or
no, I had no reason.
Okay. I'm going to show you what has been already admitted as State's Exhibit 510 Yankee and ask you, take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen 510 Yankee before that photograph?
Yes.
Was that the photograph? Was Quindarius Zachary ever asked about this particular photograph during the interview that we just saw?
Yes, this is the picture that Investigator Thorpe showed him and asked him when did it occur.
And asked him when it occurred?
When was the photo taken?
All right. Could we display 510 Yankee? Oh, I need to stop shooting. When you spoke with Quindarius Zachary about where he was the night of Donovan Thomas's murder, is what I'm holding in 510 Yankee the place that he described as the thug's condo?
Yes.
Do you know the name of this apartment complex or condominium complex?
Sky House.
And who is displayed to your knowledge in 510 Yankee?
Shannon Jackson.
All right. And is that the photo that he said, or Mr. Zachary said he took either in December or January of 2015?
Yes.
I'm now showing you what has already been admitted as State's Exhibit 477 Yankee. Do you recognize the people who's shown in 477 Yankee?
Yes.
Could you please display 477 Yankee on the screen? Do you see Mr. Zachary in that photograph?
Yes.
All right. Is he the person with the red hat on?
Yes.
Who else is he in the photograph with, to your knowledge?
With the black hoodie, Mr. Sledge, Muntunk, and Mr. Williams with the gray hoodie.
All right. And showing you State's 482 Yankee. Do you recognize the persons shown in 482 Yankee?
Yes.
Who do you see in 482 Yankee?
Mr. Zachary up front with the gray hoodie. Shannon Jackson with the black hoodie with white words. And Mr. Kendricks with the long black jacket with a white t-shirt underneath.
Thank you.
I need for y'all to stick around. Don't let them leave.
I'm now going to show you what we have marked, and Your Honor, we shared, and I'm not going to display, but I'm going to show Sergeant Gaither pages 204, 195, 181, 175, 170, 153, 152, 143, 142, 131, 129, 128, 127, 126, 122, 119, 117, 81, 79, and 12 of states 526 Yankee, which has not been admitted.
Okay.
But I'm showing Sergeant Gaither these exhibits, and I've labeled them as 526 Yankee Alpha through 526 Yankee.
Okay.
Showing you 526 Yankee Alpha. Do you recognize the people shown in 526 Yankee Alpha?
Yes, a few of them.
All right. Is Quindaria Zachary in that photograph?
Yes.
Did you ever get the opportunity to review Quindaria Zachary's IG, Twitter, social media, or anything like that?
His Instagram page I have.
Okay, his Instagram page? All right. And I'm going to show you, because this is a little bit bigger, State's Exhibit 526 Yankee Beta, and ask you if you recognize the people shown in 526 Yankee Beta.
Yes.
And do you recognize the location shown in 526 Yankee Beta?
Yes.
Is that an accurate reflection of the persons, images of the people shown in 526 Yankee Beta, and the location shown in 526 Yankee Beta?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state tenders 526 Yankee Beta as evidence.
Any objection? All right, it's admitted.
All right. Showing you 526 Yankee Charlie. Do you recognize the persons shown in?
I'm sorry, Judge. I objected to the
I'm
last
sorry.
exhibit.
I thought you said no objection. You got to use your mic. Not admitted.
Okay.
We'll have to take that up. And yeah, I know we haven't gone over any of this yet, so it may be.
That's correct.
It may be that we need to break and deal with.
I don't have to tender it now. No, so that we cannot break.
All right. Then just don't tender him yet.
Okay. Without publishing and without admitting, is the court allowed? I mean,
you can show her whatever you want.
Okay.
If you're just saying what are you asking her? What are you planning to ask?
The next question will be who's depicted in this and the location.
We probably don't need to get into the substance of what's shown before we know whether they're going to be admissible.
Okay. But then the next question will be, were the people and the location in 526 Yankee Beta discussed in the interview with Quindaria Zachary?
Okay, that's fine.
Were the people and the location in 526 Yankee Beta discussed during your interview with Mr. Zachary?
Objection for the same reason.
All right, let's just deal with it outside the presence of the jury. So why don't we break for the day? Y'all get to go home a few minutes early. Remind y'all, don't talk about the case. Don't let anybody talk about the case with you. Don't look at any kind of accounts, no matter where they might show up, about this trial or anybody involved in it. And we'll see you at 9 in the morning. Thank you.
All right, so jury.
all of their cameras away and let the witness leave. Okay, there.
You want the you want that camera on?
Huh?
You want the camera on?
Whose?
This one here.
Doesn't matter. Fine, that's fine. Okay. We have a problem, and I don't know if it was any of you, but we need to get to the bottom of it, or I'm going to have to excuse everybody from utilizing cameras anymore, because there is an instruction that this witness not be in any way filmed or documented, no visual images of this witness, and some person who I have no idea who is from Adam has just emailed that they and shown a picture that is now documented all over the internet of this witness today, clearly, sitting in the witness box being examined by Miss Love, and it is a full-on image of the witness. And so we need to get to the bottom of who took it and sent it to somebody else. And it was posted by somebody named Empress Fox, Protect the Flag, America, I guess, 2028, with the disclaimer, this was sent to me, I didn't take the photo or own it. So, one by one.
I don't take stills.
Your Honor, I just want to say I'm not allowed to have cameras installed.
I can't, you know what, everybody come up individually to a microphone somewhere so that I can hear you, identify yourself, and say what you need to say. Does that microphone? Good afternoon.
So I just, I'm not the leader. I just wanted to be the first one to say that I'm not allowed cell phones or cameras. It's on no order. I definitely did not take the picture. The picture did come to my attention. I got here a little bit late today, but there was a camera and device. Someone was definitely taking pictures today. And I know one of the people who was taking pictures was Miss L.J. Hall, Ph.D. Not for sure if she took the picture, but she definitely had a camera.
Okay. All right. And remind me your name, I'm sorry.
Yes, my name is Nicole Borden.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I think that's what you gave that you talked about the rule 22 the same time you gave her hers.
Mm-hmm. And she was
She
Miss Sylvia.
Yeah, you gave her permission to do still photos, but not on these. You weren't supposed to do that.
Hey, I only
Hello.
Hi, I was live streaming. That's it. I didn't take any pictures.
Ma'am?
I live stream. I didn't take any pictures.
Okay. I mean, you've got a couple, 2 or 3 different devices going over there at once at some points in time. And it looks like sometimes you do take photos. Are you taking photos?
Yeah, I only take photos of the defendant.
Okay.
That's
all
it.
Right.
Or you.
You are
Oh, I take pictures of you.
Representing to the court that you did not take any pictures, any images of this witness. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you know anything at all about anyone who did and or how this got out there?
I only know one person that was taking pictures, the same person that you said.
She signed in right
She
here.
signed in right here too.
All right. And ma'am, I don't even know who you are back there, but.
No, she's not even allowed to have.
Okay. No. All right. Sorry to have. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll do a show cause order to Miss Hall, and we'll find out from her. Okay. That's it for this part of the proceedings. All right.
A .world domain name that inspires possibility, immerses, and welcomes. Own your world at name.com/world.
If you are going to want to introduce all of those exhibits, we're going to have to hash out the admissibility of them. So I had thought you were going to introduce them with Mr. Sprinkle, but
I was, and I took out ones that specifically were pertinent to the interview that Sergeant Gaither had, because she had knowledge and could testify about people that were pertinent to what she and Mr. Zachary discussed in the interview. In other words, for instance, during the interview, you hear them talking about the dugout. There are pictures in the exhibits that I showed her of Mr. Zachary and Quentin Porter at the dugout. You hear Mr. Zachary talking about a person named Gucci Red. There, 526 Yankee Charlie is a picture of Mr. Zachary and Gucci Red.
Okay.
You hear...
I guess what I need to know is, do you want/need to have these admitted with this witness?
Yes, the ones that I selected, not the whole 526 Yankee.
Okay. So I guess that means we're going to need to sort out the admissibility of them now, which is what we're going to have to do. So can you tell me in number, not reverse number order, what they are?
Yes.
Or just hand them to me and I'll write them down?
Yes,
that might
either
be
way.
faster.
Sure. And we can also email the PowerPoint to the court.
Oh, I think y'all already, I didn't, PowerPoint, just the exhibit list. Yeah, you already did. I just need to know which ones we need to litigate right now. So where are the page numbers? Miss Love, where are the page numbers?
Your Honor, I have the page numbers and I can show the court the actual images. Let me just...
You know what, let's just go, let's just start in numerical order and not reverse numerical order, just because it'll make my brain less crazed.
Understood.
And go see if there's objection to them. So if everybody wants to pull up their scanned document that was sent over the other day, so that we can all be looking at them. I'll have to find it. Your scans. All right. I think your first one was either 12 or 16.
It is. And, Your Honor, I know what the court said. We're just going to try and make it as simple as possible.
Okay.
And we're sending to the court the way it's going to be displayed in electronic form so that the court can look at it and it's not terribly confusing.
Okay, so it is going to be displayed differently than what it is on the scan that you sent yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, can you just send it to everybody?
Yes, everyone else has it. The court.
Only the court doesn't have it. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, send it on. So this is different than what you sent Ms. Persifield yesterday?
It's select ones from what I sent Ms. Persifield yesterday.
Okay, but do they look the same as what you sent? Because I don't mind just looking on there.
Did you send it?
I think it just arrived, so that's cool. I am opening it up now. Okay, got it.
Okay. So,
and if A is whatever the last one is to the first one, that's fine. As long as we're all looking at the same thing. All right. So is everybody on the 526Y, A through whatever it's going to be? All right. Any objection to A?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. And what is that?
I don't believe it was tendered yet, but
Well,
The witness.
I don't know if it has been or not, but
I
the
don't-
assumption is all of these are going to get tendered with Detective Gaither. So
Detective Gaither stated, I recognize some of the individuals depicted. So I'm objecting to the entire photograph going in.
We have no problem with not tendering that one through
all right.
Sergeant Gaither.
Okay. B.
I just don't know the purpose of.
Well, that's not a good objection. I mean, it might ultimately be a relevance objection. Okay.
Relevance and its admission against Mr. Nichols. It's not an inconsistent statement in any way. It doesn't involve Mr. Nichols in any way. It's not a co-conspirator's statement. Why is it coming in?
So, relevance objection.
Your Honor, the photographs, so backing up, one of the, I believe the defense is going to make every effort to, one, discredit what was said during the interview of Mr. Zachary.
Okay.
What these photographs show are, and the jury has already heard, we did not get them admitted, but I think it was admitted that 526 Yankee was the Twitter record pulled by DDA Sprinkle.
Right.
That belonged to Quindarius Zachary.
Yes.
So, as much as that is before the jury, and these photographs that Sergeant Gaither recognizes as depicting pertinent portions of her conversation with Mr. Zachary, pertinent portions of Mr. Zachary's interactions with defendants in this case, I would ask that, or I'd submit that the relevance threshold has been greatly exceeded. For instance, Mr. Zachary is talking about at some point during the interview how Rock Crew started, why he has an association with someone from MDC. He's from Capitol Homes, me and Moontoot from Capitol Homes. He knows Big Boo. 526 Yankee Alpha is Big Boo. It is not only Big Boo, it is Big Boo and Mr. Zachary in the dugout.
Okay. All right. Overruled.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand that the entire group was admitted yesterday. I thought.
Oh, it wasn't. None of it was. It was just with Mr. Sprinkle, he identified the whole group as
that's right.
the Twitter feed. None of it has been admitted, and we said we'll have to take this up. So now some of it she wants admitted, specifically these things that are in this exhibit, composite exhibit. So we're litigating their admissibility.
Right, but maybe I missed it. I still don't see how this comes in against Mr. Nichols.
Judge.
Well, it's a RICO case, and it may or may not have anything to do. I mean, I doubt if. I mean, I don't know how the jury is going to interpret this.
It's neither a prior consistent or a prior inconsistent statement.
It's just evidence.
It is nothing. It's nothing. That's
what
I mean.
It's a picture showing that the two of these people were related, and they are at least at some point in their lives at the, what is it called? Dugout.
Oh, all right. I'm going to have the same objection to every single one of these photographs insofar as it is being admitted against Mr. Nichols. It is not anything that's relevant to a prior inconsistent statement or a prior consistent statement. It may be admitted insofar as it's admitted against the witness, but not against Mr. Nichols. You can't just keep saying, oh, this is a RICO case, so everything comes in. So I'm objecting. Thank you for a continuing objection. I'll not whine with regard to each photograph. How's that?
Okay, that's that's fine. I mean, not every bit of evidence in a trial is a prior consistent or inconsistent statement. There's, and relevance is a very low threshold.
I know.
Okay.
Your Honor, could I whine just briefly?
Sure.
Yes. So this photo, and I think it's going to be for a lot of these, I could see if Mr. Zachary said, "Oh, I don't know who Big Boo is. I've never met a Big Boo." He's testified to all.
Okay. I mean, I understand, but it's, it's got some probative value, and it has little to no prejudicial impact. So it's in.
Okay.
Your Honor,
yes,
just for the record, I believe that it was referred to by the prosecutor as 526YA, but YA is not, it's withdrawn, and this is YB.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Moving on to C.
Well, Your Honor,
And
allow
you
me
can
to
just,
keep my seat.
Mr. Harvey, have a continuing objection to all of these, and my ruling will probably be the same.
May I stay seated?
I suppose.
I'll stay.
I don't care.
Okay.
It's fine. I can probably hear you better if you're seated anyway. All right.
So
C.
526.
Hang on. Any objection to C other than the general relevance one that we already discussed?
I don't know if a foundation can be laid, so I don't want to waive that, Your Honor.
So what I asked the witness is whether she recognizes the persons in the photograph that.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
He refers to as Gucci Red, and Mr. Zachary is in the photograph. This witness knows who Gucci Red is. The jury has now heard Mr. Zachary's comments about a Gucci Red. So I believe, given that the jury knows that this came from Mr. Zachary's Twitter account, that this witness can identify the people in it, that a foundation can be laid or has been laid.
Okay, and your purpose for showing this would just be to show that the two of them do in fact know each other and hang out, I guess,
not
or whatever. I don't know what.
Not hang out. Well, okay. I mean that they
associate with one another.
Yes.
Okay. And foundationally speaking, do you have a further objection or?
I'll object to where it's written at the very top, Your Honor. Gucci Red begging. I don't really understand why that's coming in.
Okay.
So it was. Mr. Zachary's posts, given that he is an unindicted co-conspirator in this case, his posts and the words he makes, unless there are other people, generally when we have social media pictures being admitted, we take out other people's comments that are not either a witness or a defendant, but the comments, the captions of the persons that are co-conspirators in this case, they are left. This is one where he says, this is Gucci Red begging. So I don't think she's begging. I don't know what she's doing. All I know is that he posted a photo of himself and the person he calls Gucci Red, who he has a protracted conversation with detectives Gaither and Dennis about during this interview. So I would ask that the words, the photograph, and the date, and the social media handle, and the picture of the person who is the owner of the account all be shown to the jury.
The rule is that it has to further the conspiracy or further the interests of the gang, and I don't see any purpose. And to say that it's an admission by a unindicted co-conspirator, I don't know what that's admitting. An admission means it's admitting some sort of guilt. That's the definition of it. Your Honor, I cite to Alexander, Alexander versus State, 371 Georgia Appeal, 532. It's in Division 2. It's 2024 case. And it just gives, it's a gang case, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
And all they say, it's well written actually, but what the Court of Appeals says is that you need to show, not you, the state needs to show, it's not just evidence of a gang member.
Mm-hmm.
You have to show that somehow it furthered some interest.
Right.
So I just don't understand. You know, I'm objecting. You know, you're going to ask me what's the prejudice, so I'm going to tell you I don't know if there is prejudice.
We'll take it out, Your Honor, the words.
They'll take it out.
Yep.
Okay. Any objection to D?
The printout, I'm looking at the printout, so if I'm wrong, it's not intentional, because it's kind of small. I don't see people that I recognize in this photo, so I don't know what the relevance would be.
Ms. Love?
Mr. Zachary is in this photograph. Mr. Stevens is in this photograph, and Sergeant Gaither can tell the rest of the people who are in this photograph if, this is, I believe that this is the inside of the dugout, and the caption, "Ball up them slimes, they going 7:30," and this is taken, or posted rather, October 25th, 2014.
Okay, well, I assume that the what was written is coming out.
No, no, that one.
Well, okay, I'm going to argue to the court that this does not fall under 801 D2E. So the words would be redacted. So they're not statements by a co-conspirator that are furthering anything, and quite frankly, I don't know what the relevance of a picture of, I don't know, a dozen young men. One of them, I'm being told, is Trontavious Stevens, and one being Quindarius Zachary. I don't know what the relevance really is, but
the relevance, Your Honor, is ball up them slimes. I think later on at other points in other portions of this, these photographs, we'll see other instances where Mr. Zachary replaces C's with B's. It shows his association with another YSL member. It shows and proves there is an us, there is an enterprise, there is the existence of the enterprise, which is an element of count 1. And it goes, this is a post made October 25th, 2014. So I believe that the relevance threshold has been met, and the assertion, the caption to the photo is Mr. Zachary promoting the enterprise through his words.
All right. I'm going to overrule the objection. E? Any objection? Any evidentiary objection beyond just we'd rather not have this in?
No, it's just difficult because, Your Honor, we previously litigated another group of social media posts that involved, my recollection, Quindarius Zachary.
Right.
And if you recall, we were arguing, okay, well, one photo is enough to show an association between someone and someone else,
Right.
and the rest were cumulative,
Right.
and I just don't have in front of me right now those other ones. So to the extent that this is cumulative of showing Mr. Zachary and Mr. Garlington shooting the bird, then I would object that it's cumulative.
All right. Any response?
Yes, this is not 12 photos shown on the same day. This is another instance of Mr. Zachary on this particular date in this photograph with Demekion Garlington using B's instead of C's, calling Mr. Garlington his slime at 30D. We can...
Do we already have something similar, a photograph of the two of them together used in any kind of alleged gang language? I feel like we do.
And Your Honor, so in as much as with this particular one, I can withdraw this particular one, but there is a different one, 526 Yankee. I don't know what G is, but G.
Okay. G, I don't know what G is either.
Golf. That's what they tell me.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to F.
Okay.
So that's withdrawn.
Actually, and I'm withdrawing F as well.
Withdrawn. Okay. So on to golf. Yeah.
Now, golf has Mr. Zachary posting the 3 snakes, a heart, YSL, 30 deep.
All right. I don't think we have that yet. Any objection beyond relevance or cumulative? Well, nobody voiced any objections, but I assume that's what they would be.
Cumulative, and I don't recall if the other group of photos involving Mr. Zachary have been admitted at this point. I would just ask that if they haven't been admitted, the state just needs to pick which ones they really think are important and not just have a bunch of pictures of Mr. Zachary and Mr. Garlington. So if they haven't been admitted and this is the one they want, then it wouldn't be cumulative, but another one that they said they wanted last time we did this would be cumulative.
I believe that the proper evaluation of whether any evidence should be excluded based on a cumulative argument is whether it is so cumulative as to amount to a waste of time and or undue prejudice against the defendant. And I don't believe that this falls anywhere near that.
Actually, those are all different things. Those are all different reasons things could be kept out under 403, but I don't find this so cumulative that I'm going to keep it out. So that one is in. H.
Now G is in?
Yes. Yes. Any objection to H?
Okay. Okay. What is the? I have a relevance objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
And happy birthday, Diamante.
Relevance?
It shows his association with a person that he told police killed Donovan Thomas. It shows his association with a person who is on trial. It shows him...
Let me know who that is.
Diamante Kendrick. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That appears to be Mr. Kendrick, Your Honor.
Monty, yes. It is Booling with my N on his B day at Monty Rebel 100, and then there's a green snake emoji, and this was posted November 20th, 2014.
Okay, and do we have other photos of Mr. Zachary and Mr. Kendrick together with just the two of them?
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of any either.
I don't recall seeing one. If any others come in the future, we'll obviously object at that point.
All right.
I don't think we have any others, especially on November 20th.
They clearly don't hang out much together.
Overruled. I. Any objection to I?
Your Honor, I think we're going to withdraw I.
Okay.
Okay.
J? Objection to J.
And just for the record, this is...
Okay, so no objection from anybody to J. All right.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
No objection to J on behalf of Mr.
Okay.
Stillwell, but
All right.
I don't speak for
Doesn't
everyone
sound
else.
like there's one from anybody else, so that would, we'll move on to JK.
I'll object to K, Your Honor.
All right, basis.
I don't know the reason that it coming in. It would be a gentleman named Fat and Mr. Zachary.
So relevance.
This is a person that Mr. Murphy told police was a participant in the Dexter Montgomery incident. This is Mr. Kuykendall, and what we see is Mr. Zachary posting himself with and tagging this person at Young Fat 4 with a green snake emoji, a red heart, a red square with a white B, and a 100 on December 1st, 2014. So it's associations with yet another person we believe is associated with the group.
My memory is that none of the people on trial confronted Mr. Murphy about Fat, and I believe the state's witness said that they did not believe that Fat was involved. And even if some of that's wrong, which I'm not saying any of it's wrong, I don't know what this picture does. So I'm objecting to we have a tremendous record. I mean, I don't know how many photographs, but this has to be 1,000 plus.
Okay.
So I'm objecting.
All right, I don't think that there's a photo of these two people together, and it would be probative of his ability to know what it is he at least said in the interview, considering they associate. So I'm going to admit that over objection.
Your Honor, the next one is a
You
duplicate.
say that they speak about in the interview, it's two different people. The interview was Mr. Walter Murphy you didn't see. This is Mr. Zachary, who we just testified last week, so it's not the same people associated.
Okay, who's the other person in this
Make your family fall getaway to Erie, PA. Explore beautiful state parks and colorful outdoor adventures. Experience the bountiful harvest on a real working farm and enjoy the delicious hospitality that makes Erie your perfect Great Lake fall escape.
Was correct. It was during our presentation of the evidence of the Dexter Montgomery shooting. Told police that Mr. Kuykendall was a part of the shooting itself. He was never charged. He is just an associate. It shows his association with yet another associate of YSL. It just shows more of the association of persons within the enterprise. And I won't fight hard over it. I can not have that one.
I did misunderstand that one.
I think
so, yeah, we'll,
Yeah.
you can either withdraw that or I'll.
Yes, we'll withdraw it.
Okay.
And the next one is the same as 526 Yankee.
L.
Actually, so.
Oh, so that's a duplicate.
It's a different date, but it's a duplicate photo, so we'll.
Okay, withdrawn.
Yes.
M, as in Mike. Isn't that the same thing we saw before, just with a different
person? Yeah, we can take this one out. Yes.
Okay. N. Bless you. Any objection to N, November?
I do.
Okay.
Your Honor, that's Mr. Copeland, if you remember, in the hat. That's Mr. Williams, I recognize. And we have a series, I don't know how many, but a series of the same photos of Mr. Copeland and Mr. Williams that you permitted into evidence. So I'll object.
And, Your Honor, this is not to show that Mr. Copeland associates with Mr. Williams. This is Mr. Zachary, also an associate, but an unindicted co-conspirator, posting 9 days before one of the acts and counts in this indictment, a picture of two YSL associates, as the state alleges, and the caption, "Ain't going back and forth," with Mr. Copeland and Mr. Williams. So we believe that his posting of the photograph on his Twitter page and the arguments I'm certain that will be made regarding Mr. Zachary's affiliation or affinity towards certain people, I believe that it's very relevant. So it passes that threshold, and there's nothing, we don't believe it's cumulative.
All right. Overruled.
Can I just make a statement for the record?
Sure.
I believe that this should have been put upon Mr. Zachary then. It's his out-of-court statement. I have no idea why this is some sort of 9 days before, like there was a plan of killing. That there's no evidence that this was a planned killing that we've heard yet. And there's other exhibits that have been admitted over objection from Mr. Garlington's, who's not a witness, his social media post saying we ain't going back and forth on a table with Mr. Williams and Mr. Garlington, and there's money on the table. So that's my objection. I understand your ruling. That's my objection.
Okay. All right, and I actually don't understand the state's position to be that it was a planned killing. I think this is, as I understood her to be saying, just very close in time. They are associated closely enough that he's able to have this picture and post it. Okay. Oscar.
This,
is there any objection?
This has been litigated before in a different group of photos, so I believe it's in evidence.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's correct. This picture is in evidence. The January 2nd and posting by Quindarius Zachary is not. And I don't think that the date is in. It might be, but the posting by Mr. Zachary is not. And if I'm wrong, I withdraw it. I don't believe that this is in. I will check.
You mean the date?
Yes, yes. We'll withdraw it because it's the date. Wait, let's see. All right. 480 Yankee is in.
And is there a date on it?
My apologies. We are confirming that it's
Okay.
in.
Is the oh, I'm sorry.
So it wasn't admitted. So what about 480 Yankee was not admitted. So this is not.
All right, so it's not cumulative. So apparently that whatever other one was not admitted. So I'll admit this one over a cumulative objection.
And Your Honor, given what 480 Yankee is, if since they are the same, we would ask to introduce 480 Yankee instead of 524 Yankee Oscar. 526 Yankee Oscar.
And what's the difference between the two?
The 480 Yankee is posted on Mr. Zachary's Instagram page, and it's the same date, but he tags the people who are in the photo.
Can I see it, Your Honor?
Sure. Can y'all?
Definitely.
We can share.
You sent it already. Did you send it to him? We're sharing now on the screen. Here it is on the screen in front of you.
What do you think, my brother? They wanted because it's. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's up to y'all which one y'all want to use.
480 Yankee, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, we are now at 526YP
Papa.
as in Papa. Any objection? Nope.
Well, I don't understand. We have a picture of these 4 gentlemen in an elevator, it appears, or some sort of structure in 526 Yankee O, whatever O is.
Yeah.
And then we got in the same elevator Shannon eating potato chips next to Mr. Zachary. I just don't see what we're doing.
On a different
Relevance.
On a different day, Mr. Zachary is posting another photo of him alongside the defendant. He tells the police, killed Donovan Thomas Jr. and was at the Little Wayne bus shooting and had guns, and he is posting a picture of him not in a threatening way, not saying I hate him or I'm trying to get him in trouble, but he is posting a picture of him to show we perceive it as his affinity towards him. They are friends, they are associates, they are close, and it is relevant, we believe, for the jury to be able to infer their relationship.
All right, I'll admit it.
Well, I'll point out that one is January 2nd, one's January 3rd. They're wearing the same clothes. It's probably something that was taken just before midnight and then just after midnight. So I don't really see, but I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't be posting multiple pictures of somebody that I hated.
All right, I've made my ruling. Q, Quebec. It's in. Your objection is overruled. Objection to Q. Okay.
Judge, this one.
Hang on. Can I interrupt for a minute? And so I'm getting a question from a judge in another court about our need for Special Agent Bernie tomorrow because that person's supposed to be testifying in a case that they have ongoing right now. Can you take Bernie sometime other than, were you planning to take Bernie tomorrow?
Yes, we were planning to take him today if we got through Sergeant Gaither today, or yesterday if we got through.
Okay, do you know what time? Like, we still have to get through Detective Gaither. How much longer do we have with Detective Gaither?
I just probably have another hour maybe.
Okay, all right. Okay, then they plan to, it would work then for them to take Bernie in Cobb County at 9. They think he should be out of there by 10, which would put him here at 10:30.
Under great circumstances.
No, not. Yeah, I mean, I would think that'll be on me if we have to waste some time, okay? All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, back to Q. Is there objection to Q?
I think we're withdrawing Q.
Oh, okay. R. Are we going to Y or YY?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay, good. Then we're almost done. Any objection to R?
Didn't I show him this picture?
Your Honor, there's already a picture of that gentleman that was just put in by Detective Gaither.
Okay. And what's the response on the relevance?
That is twofold. One, the picture put in of Demise McMullen by Detective Gaither is surveillance footage that doesn't show his face. This is Demise McMullen in a photograph posted on Mr. Zachary's Twitter page 2 days after the murder of Donovan Thomas, during the time that Mr. Zachary said they all went down to Miami. It appears Mr. McMullen is on a bus of some sort, probably a Sprinter bus, and he has tagged or labeled it Hard Nard.
All right, I'm going to permit that one over objection. Give me just a second. Okay, Ms. Hall, we're going to pause from our evidentiary issues for a minute. Thank you for coming in, and I had a question for you that is, and you may already know what the topic is. Yeah. And did you take any photographs of the witness?
I did not, and from the area that I sit today, you can tell that I couldn't take that picture. Okay. I heard it online, and luckily I wasn't all the way back to Covington, so I don't believe in throwing rocks and hiding my hands. Okay. I have a reputation, and I'm going up for DOJ certification for immigration, so I don't need anything that's lack of moral turpitude to affect me, so I wanted to make sure.
Well, I appreciate you coming straight here, and I think that we have actually figured out what happened anyway. Okay. And since we're on it, I'll just go ahead. And it appears that what happened is that, and I hate to say it, and I don't think it was your fault, Mr. Maurice, but I think what happened, it looks like, is that you're showing the screens when video is being played, understandably. But what happens is when the video gets stopped, there was just an instant where, because for us in here in this courtroom with Zoom, we have the witness being shown just to us so that y'all can see it and I can see it, because this courtroom setup is not ideal for everybody to be able to see the witness. And it showed for just a second the witness, because it captured the Zoom that got shown that's just interior here, but anybody, of course, can screen grab it, and it looks like that's what happened. So I think that in order to stop that from occurring in the future, we just, when we have a witness who isn't supposed to be filmed, we just won't even be able to use the Zoom, so that we don't have that accidentally happen in the future. And there aren't that many witnesses that aren't going to get shown anyway. And thankfully for this particular witness, it's not the end of the world, right, considering she's apparently been on First 48 before. So anyway, thanks to all of the media people, and y'all are all still good and allowed to come in.
Also, I don't get that list of who's not to be photographed. Oh, if I had not heard it ahead of time, yeah, I wouldn't have known. Okay. But
let's make sure we get
definitely
you
wanted to make sure my name is good.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know we added, so bad with the names, but the other lady the same day. So let's make sure she's on that list too. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Back to, so R is in, R, S, Sierra. Any objection?
Sierra withdraws. It's in on a different account.
Tango, I know that one.
Yes.
Any objection to T? Thank you. Anybody?
I'll object, Your Honor.
All right. Basis?
Nobody's disputing that these two people know each other. I'm assuming the court knows who they are. If not, I could tell you. And then the writing, I'm being told, is just quoting a lyric from a song. So I'm objecting to the writing as well. I don't see how that furthers anything.
I don't know if the lyric from the song takes the C and change it to some other letter, but this is Kelvin Treadwell, whom the witness discussed during the interview. This is January 18th, 2015. We believe it's relevant. There's nothing unduly prejudicial, and we'd ask that the court allow it to be shown.
And where's there a substituted
No.
B?
Oh, BITX.
Oh,
H.
I thought you, okay,
E-S.
X, okay. All right, I'm going to overrule that objection. You.
This is a different time. This is even further into 2015.
We have a picture of these people together already.
We have various pictures of them together, but in this particular picture, Mr. Sledge, who has testified, is throwing up the B for blood. Shannon Stillwell is right in front of him, and Mr. Zachary is immediately to Mr. Sledge's left. We believe that this is a pertinent, and we feel like there is persuasive power in the depth of presentation. And to say that we have one, I'm trying to quote a
go
case.
ahead. I'm sorry, I just have this ringing in my ear all of a sudden. Go
To
ahead.
say that we have one picture or two pictures of the three of them together already.
All right. Overruled. V.
That was inadvertently added.
Okay. V. W.
This is Mr. Zachary and Mr. Stillwell. This is March 2nd, 2015. He tags Mr. Stillwell, and he makes a proclamation. Our argument is that given count one in the language and description of the conspiracy, it is evidence of Mr. Zachary promoting YSL and promoting Shannon Stillwell and attempting to assert their dominance. He's a gangster. He's not scared of you. This is him tagging him and him posting him.
Your Honor, I'm going to absolutely object to a piece of evidence coming in written by someone not my client, that's not my client apparently, about my client, calling him a gangster. That is prejudicial. It's not in furtherance of any conspiracy. It's not my client's words. It's any probative value is outweighed by we're charged essentially with being part of a gang. Mm-hmm. And a gentleman who did testify, but who also was off the stand by the time the state announced specific intention to use this photo. Calling my client a gangster? No, I'm objecting.
He would have lied if we asked him about it in any event. He said that everything he said about anybody was false.
Well,
anybody in this courtroom.
I'm not interested in what he would have done. I don't think any of us know what he would have done. But the bottom line is he was on the stand and off the stand by the time the state announced their intention of using this.
And Your Honor, I think that...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that this was captured in 2016. Mr. Stillwell was tagged. And I think that it's relevant and admissible and not unduly prejudicial.
All right, I'll let you admit it without the I don't know what you call it, tagline or commentary or whatever. I mean, you can leave the at Shannon, but the he's a gangster, he's not scared of you. They didn't get a chance to, and I think that you are probably correct in what you surmised would have been the testimony, but they didn't have an opportunity to ask him about it. So you can leave the at part, but if,
yes. Does Your Honor not consider it an effort on the part of a YSL associate, as the state alleges, Mr. Zachary, to assert the dominance of a member of YSL? Even if it's not taken as true, he's asserting something.
I understand the argument. All right. Do you understand the ruling?
Absolutely.
Okay. X? Any objection?
I'll object.
To the writing at the top, free DK as well as free slug. I don't know how that is. I just don't understand how that's relevant. If it's showing association, they stick together. There's hundreds of photographs that show that, and the jurors have heard from these witnesses, so I'm objecting to the entirety. But if this honorable court admits any of it, I would object to the writing.
All right, so I think that's a relevance and cumulative.
And 403, yes, prejudicial also.
And prejudicial.
So this is posted July 23rd, 2015. It is Mr. Zachary putting a green snake emoji. I think he called it a bird on the stand when I asked him about a snake earlier. Free DK and free slug. DK being Walter Murphy, slug being Trontavia Stevens, both of which the jury has heard from and in various forms, they've heard from. So we have not shown this photograph, this date, and the assertion to free DK and free slug. This is something that will be seen throughout social media on various sites like Free Roscoe, Free This, Free That, members of YSL. So we don't believe that it should be excluded.
All right, overruled. Why?
Your Honor, I don't know. I see Mr. Sledge. I don't know who the other individual is. It's not my client, but to the extent that
it's character.
It's character, and it says, I keep a bunch of killers around me when I move.
I object to character as well.
It's bad character evidence, it's prejudicial, and it's also, again, an out-of-court statement by Mr. Zachary, I'm guessing, as he's the owner of this Instagram account, and we're not going to have an opportunity to cross-examine him about his words here.
Your Honor, it's an assertion. Whether he actually keeps a bunch of killers around him when he moves, nobody knows. But the fact that he wants people to think he keeps a bunch of killers around him when he moves corroborates information that he gave to the police when he gave this interview.
And who is in this picture?
I believe that may be Mr. Sledge, but I believe that may be Mr. Sledge. Yep. And he said that he says in the interview, Mr. Sledge was a shooter, Montun was a shooter, and prior to.
At CAT,
It's easy to shop for parts and get the support you need online, anytime, anywhere. So you can search less and solve
Interests of YSL asserting dominance, instilling fear in social media postings, as count 1 in the indictment alleges. We believe that this is an overt act on the part of an unindicted co-conspirator that should be admitted as evidence.
It would be uncharged. It would be barred by statute of limitations. It's not an overt act in the sense of, the jury can rely on this to further the conspiracy. And I just look at it like, without without giving context from the witness saying, oh yeah, that is the killer who confessed to me and that's why I wrote this. This is like out of order. It should have come in my opinion, with the witness there, and if they're interested in his words. So I will object to that as well.
All right, well, it's not a defendant on trial here. So in terms of bad character, that's not, bad character of somebody else, if it even is that.
It is a person on trial.
Mr. Sledge?
Mr. Sledge.
That's not Mrs. Sledge. I don't believe that's Mr. Were you told that's Mr. Sledge?
I thought, isn't that what you said?
What I said was I believe that it is. I did not say that I had been told. I think someone earlier said it as well.
The person in the white shirt is not Mr. Sledge. That person, to my belief, is a person in your courtroom.
The only face that's shown is the one that we're talking about next to the television.
Okay.
And it
clear
is,
this up, since I'm the one that said it. Mr. Sledge is clearly the person wearing a black shirt.
Right.
We're all on the same page with that. There's also a gentleman wearing a white shirt with his back to the camera. I believe what Mr. Steele is saying, and I agree that it is one of the people that's sitting here in this courtroom, and it does affect. It is prejudicial towards them, and they won't have the opportunity to cross-examine. It's not Mr. Stillwell. Let me be clear.
Okay, I guess it's going to be a mystery as to who it actually is.
Only face.
I'm not sure who that is, Your Honor.
Oh, Mr. White.
But on the off chance that would be my client, and I honestly I cannot tell that that's my client, but people may think it's my client, and on that off chance, then the bad character evidence is an issue.
Okay.
On top of which, Your Honor, they're playing Grand Theft Auto, as far as I can tell. I know.
Gives y'all a really good argument.
Well, but still, it's misleading. It's more prejudicial than it is probative. They're sitting here playing Grand Theft Auto. Of course, they're surrounded.
It's more prejudicial than it is probative.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Your Honor.
I said I'm not sure that's actually true.
A bunch of people playing Grand Theft Auto and throwing up Grand Theft Auto language, and then the jury's going to see that and assume they're talking about real-life killers versus what the video game they're playing.
I have no idea what the jury is going to assume, and it'll be up to all of the different parties to
when you make the decision,
see what they can do to convince the jury, but I do not believe that this is more prejudicial than probative.
Well, when you make that decision, you're making a decision as to what you think the jury's going to believe.
No, I'm not. I have no idea what the jury is going to believe. I am assessing the probative value of the evidence against its danger of substantially undue prejudice and coming to the determination that it is not substantially more prejudicial than it is probative.
And I understand your ruling on the 403 balancing, Your Honor, but I think part of your reasoning, which I get, is that it's our job as attorneys to get the full story to the jurors, and Mr. Weinstein can establish it's Grand Theft Auto. But the fact remains, we really can't, because this gentleman has already testified.
Well, I don't know that.
Right.
In terms of it being Grand Theft Auto, it's obvious to anybody who's ever seen Grand Theft Auto before, so you can probably get somebody else to testify that that's Grand Theft Auto. And I doubt if this witness is going to be able to identify the person in the white shirt anyway. So, in over objection.
And tomorrow, if you hear
Thank you, Your Honor.
say that's Mr. Kendrick, which is back to us, then would you reconsider striking?
Judge, I will instruct her, even if she can see around his head in this picture and know who it is, do not mention Diamante Kendrick.
All right. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay.
Your Honor?
Yes.
In case it does go, if Agent Bernie is late, he's delayed, can we have, is there going to be another gap witness? I understand what you said.
Nope. No.
So, I don't know, like the other three people that you had hoped, how about Mr. Sprinkle? How much longer is he going to take? Can we,
in order for, we asked the court not to require us to put him up a third and a fourth time because there is information that's going to come in that we need from these two people that are ahead of him.
We've had the poor, what's her name, CAT report person here like 4 times since I've been the judge. So, if it's like a 10-minute thing, but if I hear from the judge, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but it's going to be noon, then we're going to need another, and I will take the blame for it. Unless you'd like to get one of your other possible witnesses, Jenkins, Sanchez, or Lewis. But it seems to me like Mr. Sprinkle would be the easiest since he's in the building anyway.
Okay.
Although, come on, y'all. As slow as everybody is with everything in this case, I would be really surprised if we end up with a gap. But anyway, yeah, we'll do the best we can.
Thank you.
All right. So I have looked at a rough of the August 21st, August 24th, September 6th, and September 13th of, I guess it was 2022 when y'all argued all of those motions, transcripts. 23, okay. And what the court orders, at least as reflected in those transcripts, is the notes that any of the experts would have relied on, and there's no indication that that it's being ordered that they generate notes or reports if those don't already exist. And I read the order itself that way as well, so that just confirms it. So as long as all the notes and reports that do exist have been produced, then that has been abided by. All right. Now, one more thing. I know, Ms. Love, you said you wanted to circle back. There was a relevance objection that I sustained on whether it was relevant. The question was essentially like, was Sergeant Gaither aware that prior to her interview with Mr. Zachary and Munchunk were from Capitol Homes? And so what would be the relevance of whether she knew that before or after the interview?
I think that I dealt with what I was
so we don't need to circle back on it.
Right,
okay.
no.
Great. All right, if there is nothing else, then let's adjourn for the day and see